Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are talking about 2024 planner lineup. There's a lot of planners here, and there's sort of more to come, but I'm going to explain it all because these aren't all going to be touched on a daily basis. That would be setting myself up for failure. So I'm going to talk about them. Some of these are also going to have additional videos showing how I'm setting them up for the year. And I'll explain which of those are going to have additional videos. So let's just dive right in and go through each of the things I have here on my desk. Now, this first one might come as a surprise because we have here an undated vertical layout. I am not typically one to gravitate towards undated layouts. However, in looking through all of the vertical planners that I have in my possession, each of them had more decoration on the insides than I was willing to work with. So I decided it was time to try Undated for the year. So we have the best time for new beginnings is now. This will definitely have its own setup video because I'm going to want to change out the discs, the cover, we're going to date things, all that jazz. But we have hello, this happy planner belongs to. Now, because it is undated, it's not going to have year at a glance pages. It's not going to have a perpetual calendar. The currently page is the old currently page. So there is going to be a ton of Franken planning happening in here, probably more than I've ever done before. But the guts are mainly going to be what you're going to see here. So you have an undated monthly and very neutral undated weekly pages. But I really like the dividers here. So we're going to try. We're going to see how long it lasts. I've never actually gone into a new year using an undated planner, but I feel like the need is there this year for me. So we'll take a look. So just to show you some of the dividers. And my classic planner is really where things happen. It's the planner that I touch most. I typically decorate the monthly, the currently style page, and the weekly layout, and it often has other sections for things in my life too. So this is sort of my catch-all planner, and we're gonna go undated. Now, if I'm also talking a little bit about catch-all, I have the Modern Farmhouse Big Vertical here. If this came in a classic, I would be so happy, but it does not. So we have a thankful heart and a positive mind. If you've been around my channel for a few minutes, you will know that yes, I use a classic vertical and a classic big for pretty much the exact same reasons in planning my life. And the reason in which I use both is because I want to. I really love decorating a big planner, but I don't love having accessories that don't fit a big planner, because I often put a lot of other things in my classic. So what I love about a big is all the extra space that's in here, and I can really get creative with my decorating, but also have a ton of functionality for my planning as well. This won't have a setup video, but I'll share it probably when I do the first spread, like for this week. How nice is it that January starts on a Monday? I'll change out the discs and I'll switch out the cover. Other than that, this planner is going to stay as is. I will also make sure to link everything in the description that I'm sharing today. And I just really like the kind of homesteader vibes with this planner. I think it's just really pretty. We have August, September, October, November, and December. Happiness blooms from within. So I'm really, really excited to use this for next year. Next up, we have Happy Planners Apricot and Sage Dashboard Planner. This is like a mom collection. Some of the dividers maybe might say something about it. Here we go. The first thing, tired as a mother. Obviously I'm not a mother, but this is the dashboard planner I liked the most from all of the Happy Planner dashboard options. And the insides are just really neutral. I also loved the Homesteader one, but the Homesteader has more decoration inside in color than I wanted to have in here. So This is the planner that I use for everything Plan with Elise related. So I am definitely doing a setup video. This was probably going to be my first setup video. And what I may do is cover up the dividers using Homesteader. I don't care that much about the dividers. I'm not really one who notices them. I have to tell you, I'm using a lot of planners right now. And if you asked me what any of the dividers looked like right now, I'd have no idea. Like, I just don't pay attention to it. So these aren't that important to me, but we'll see what I end up doing. So we have the regular monthly. These are dated, so it has the dates. And then we have the dashboard. And that's what this planner looks like. And then a really neutral currently page. Then we have February, kindness is the greatest wisdom. March, April, love is patient. May, be present in the moment. Best mom ever. This one, that's just moment, not like a focus on mom. I'm counting how many things actually say mom. I think we're at 2. Or maybe 3. When you love what you have everything you need. My favorite people call me mom. Okay, there's another. Good things take time. Busy days, happy heart. I mean, I feel that way as a non-mom. Always choose to act with a kind heart. And new day, fresh start. So if you're looking for something really neutral, this is the planner for you. Unless you can't get past the fact that it says mom in a few places. I know that there are some, like when I originally flipped through this in the fall release, someone had made a comment that, you know, when they buy a planner, they don't want to have to change things out. So I completely understand that too. There are certain things I'm willing to sacrifice, right? I'm okay with having the mom stuff. I'm not okay with having the spine of every single week, a different floral color. That's too much. That I'm not willing to compromise with. So this is going to be for all things Plan with Elise. Like I said, this will definitely have a separate setup video because there's a lot that needs to happen with it and change it to make it work for me. Now, speaking of dashboards, we also have the CELV A Plan dashboard planner. I want to use both of these. So we have 2 dashboards, right? We have a Happy Planner dashboard, which is going to have this side boxed out. The CELV A Plan dashboard is a little bit different, and it's really something that I wanted to incorporate. So let's go through this planner a little bit, and we'll talk about how I plan to use it. So this is the planner that I'm not thinking about. My hope is to use this for all things home related. I want it to be a cleaning schedule. I want it to be maintenance. I want it to be home projects. I want it to be ideas. And also my workouts. That's where I'm kind of like thinking about it because we're still brainstorming a little bit. I think that as a content creator, there's a lot of pressure to know exactly what I'm going to use for the whole year and how it's going to work for me and everything. And I'm still kind of brainstorming this. So we have the important dates page. We have these overview, which I thought would be perfect for miles exercise, like miles on my Peloton, that I can list them all out. And then we have here, I can write like my big number for the month or something if I wanted to use those. Then we have the January overview where over here I can write things that I want to accomplish in my house. And I could do fitness too. I'm going to try to combine these into one. It may seem like they shouldn't be combined, and I kind of agree with you, but we're going to figure it out. I have thoughts. This is where I will map out my cleaning schedule or my exercise schedule. Like I said, figuring this out. And then we have the weekly. So the CELV A Plan dashboard planner has all blank over here. Now, what I thought I could do is make this side home and make this side fitness. So while I kept going back and forth as I went through the beginning of the planner, once you get to the weeklies, it makes sense for me. We've got home here, and this is where I can put my cleaning schedule, anything that needs to be done, and this is where I can do fitness. So that's the plan, and this is where I can even put stuff for next week. We'll see if it's going to work, but it's what's in my mind right now in terms of that. So if you want look at it as the idea of a home base planner, this is what that will be for me. So then we have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So this is the CELV A Plan dashboard. I will have this linked in the description as well. Okay, now I want to talk about goal setting. I've shared several times the MoxieLife A5 disc-bound inserts, and I really like them. I really love them, but I have this one on coils, and I want to try to use it. I really want to try to use it. This is an A5 daily. I don't want to show the whole thing because I actually started a little bit of the work, but we have a monthly. This is undated. So there's a monthly, there's monthly goals, weekly actions, and then daily plans. One of the reasons that I like it is also one of the reasons that I like the disc bound, and that's because well, let me back up. One of the reasons I liked the disc bound is now one of the reasons I'm not loving the disc bound, and it is because I'm feeling like the pages coming out and not being dated are making it easy for me to like lose track and not prioritize using the planner, when if I had them all in here, I think I would try to be more intentional about making sure I'm using each day. We're gonna see. I also have a MoxieLife dated that I purchased as part of the like affiliate pre-order. So if this doesn't end up working for me, I might go back to that. The thing is, I'm really loving a daily system. I wanted a daily planner for next year, even somewhere to just jot a couple things down, and this is working out really well for me. Now, to go alongside this, I picked up the Rainbow Dot Grid notebook set from MoxieLife. By the way, MoxieLife code Plan with Elise will give you a discount on your order. And we have these 8 notebooks. What I did here is took Alpha Basic stickers from CELV A Plan, and I actually labeled these, each of the categories that go with the MoxieLife highlighters and rainbow wheel. So this says fun and recreation. The orange one is fun and recreation. And when you look in the MoxieLife, they match this life compass also. So we have fun and recreation. This one's supposed to be personal, but I'm still figuring out what personal looks like for me. So in all honesty, I didn't label that one. Then we have work, family and relationships. This is financial. I know that already. Financial. Physical environment. Personal growth. And health and wellness. Now, the way that I plan to use these is for brainstorming throughout the year. So when I'm starting to think about what I want the year to look like for me financially, look at this. I have all of these pages in a notebook with a pocket folder in the back to be able to do that. Most of my planners don't have brainstorming space. My dashboard will have brainstorming because that's just how I function when it comes to Plan with Elise. But I have a lot of ideas about things that I'd like the year to look like. Work for me is Plan with Elise. I do have a full-time job, but I've been there 7 years. I don't necessarily use my planners to do anything for that. So when I'm putting work here, it's Plan with Elise. I may actually switch that out while I'm, it may make sense. But for now, this is where I'm going to do all of the idea brainstorming. The other benefit to me about using these, and this is something that's probably going to be more specific to a content creator and not everyone using planners, is that there may be things that I don't show on camera. And so like I may have, I've got like something, if I have something big coming up for Plan with Elise and I need to do a lot of work in it, this may be more of the space in which I map that out versus in my actual planner. So that's what we're doing for goal setting, is we're doing MoxieLife and these are going to be used side by side, but these are not going to get touched every day. So like when I said, not everything is going to be touched every day, that's what I meant. Next up, we have journaling. So since September, I've been using the Happy Planner dot grid notebook bullet journals, happy journals, for journaling, and I'm absolutely loving it. This is the only journal that I have stayed consistent with, and I love that these are 160 GSM. I've never opened this, so that's why we've got some pages stuck together. But we have 80 sheets, so 80 sheets, but it's double-sided. So this will get you through 160 days, so you'll need 3.5 for the year. Is that right? I don't have a calculator near me, but I have a few of these. I picked them up during the Black Friday sale so that I could, because I knew that I'd want to use them throughout the year. So I did pick up different patterns. So if I'm getting sick of this one in January, I may switch to the next one once. Not if I'm getting sick of this in January. If I'm getting sick of this by the time I finish it, I may switch to a different one with a different cover, or I may continue this. We'll see. But these are what I'm going to be using for journaling. All right, now I know there were a lot of planners shown today, and some of them may be a surprise, some of them may not be. This may have been very whatever the prediction word I'm thinking of, predictable, but I know what works for me. I know what doesn't. And just being true to myself is choosing the planners that are going to work. When we try too hard to make a system fit our lives instead of choosing a planner that we know already fits is when we fail at using our planners. So stay tuned for setup videos for my budget, my classic vertical, my dashboard, and possibly even my home fitness. That may actually be a Patreon exclusive. We'll see. There's a lot of videos to fit into 31 days this month. But I hope you enjoyed. I will link all these planners in the description of the video and any discount codes that I do have, which will really just be for Moxie Life. But I will link everything, and I hope you found something helpful in this. Thanks so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you soon.